Minutes. Take a break. Split it up.
Unless we're on a real good, don't cut nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey everyone. Podcast live. What's this? It's merch. Ooh.
Matching shirts.
Hold on.
Gotta get the back.
Where are the webs? Worldwide webs. Webs worldwide. The international webs. Ba, 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 ba. Gang. There's so much of our living room in this.
I know. At least it's clean though.
Don't be saying it like that.
I'm not.
Hold on. Make sure I'm in here.
There's nothing terrible back there. Who on Facebook right now? Who on Facebook
I was like, what
right
is
now?
underneath my foot?
Who
fine?
on Facebook right now?
Somebody's on Facebook.
Get on Facebook right now.
Check out Where Are the Webs shirts. Where are the webs? Got that new Ciroc on deck.
It's white. Ciroc white grape. Yes. Say that after a couple of shots.
That's what Mr. Webb is having. Gotta make sure we both stay in the camera.
I'll just lean in.
Okay.
We good?
We ready to record?
Yep.
Slide in.
All right.
Mic check. Levels are good.
We're good. All right. So give it like 30 seconds. Leave space for the intro.
Okay.
You ready? We going in?
All the way in.
Whoa.
No, what? Like we're going in.
Yeah, I know.
We're going in.
She just burped.
Sorry.
Stink. All right, come on. All right.
I hate you so much. All right.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Where Are the Webs, aka Keeping Up with the Webs worldwide, the worldwide webs, aka your favorite auntie and uncle, king and queen of the 3-day weekend. We back. We in here.
Hola. Come on, stop.
Muy bien.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you take one trip to the Hispanic Festival. You come back speaking a little bit more Spanish.
You know what? It's my culture. It's
Yo.
my heritage.
Yo como muy...
What?
How you say eat? It's como. Cook. Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
We back, man. What's up to everybody who's watching us on Facebook Live? We back. It's Sunday. Time for another new episode. We got a lot to talk about this week. We got a lot of topics. Y'all been wilding out. Y'all putting your pastors on blast.
Oh.
You got your pastor all on Facebook.
Messy.
With his face.
Oh, we messy. We messy webs
all in
tonight.
It.
We messy webs.
Yee.
All right. But before we get into all of the shenanigans, we have to start off with the attitude of gratitude. Oh. Gratitude with an attitude. Aggressive gratitude. Thank you. This is episode 83. And we... Mr. Webb is over here.
Keep going.
This is episode number 83. And it wouldn't be possible without the support and love from you guys. If you're not watching us on Facebook Live and you are listening, make sure you check out a little bit of the Facebook Live so you can see what? The official t-shirts of Where the Webs.
Yeah, this is our first attempt at some merch.
Yes.
Look, we will do better in the future. But listen, for a first shirt, I don't think they too bad. Look, if you on Facebook Live, go look at them.
Show the back. Says Where the Webs on the front. No, stand up straight.
You see it?
There we go. Says Where the Webs on the front, and then has a little special thing on the back. You'll have to check us out. And if you don't know where you can find us on the Facebook at Where the Webs. Spell it out like a sentence. Where the Webs on Facebook. You can also find us on the YouTube. Where are the Webs on YouTube? On Instagram, put it all together. Where the Webs. Where the Webs on Instagram. You can follow our Taco and Wing show, Shells and Drums on the Instagram. Individually, I am at Psyching Out Loud, PSYCHING Out Loud. I am also at Mindful Living Counseling, LLC on the Instagram and the Facebook. And finally, you can find me doing yogi things at Phenomenal Yoga, PHENOMENAL Yoga on the Instagram. And sometimes you can find my Snapchat, Love Therapy, LUVTHERAPY. And you are?
I am Marcus Webb on everything. Take a shot. That's a new Where the Webs. That's new. Sorry. I was like, why you clapping?
Because it was
throwing off the thing.
You threw off the thing first.
Anyway, Marcus Webb on everything. Take a shot. New Where the Webs drinking game. Y'all can add more. But every time I say Marcus Webb on everything, you gotta take a shot. That's another one. All right. Anyway, Marcus Webb on Facebook. Marcus Webb 1984 on Instagram. Marcus Webb 84 on Snapchat. Follow, please, like, share, subscribe, do all the other good stuff. Tell a friend.
Also,
we appreciate it.
If you want to email us, you can email us your feedback, your thoughts, your opinions, all that good stuff at wherethewebs1@gmail.com. Wherethewebs1@gmail.com.
Shot.
And make sure you check out our amazing photographer, the official photographer, Where the Webs, MarcyReneePhotography.com and Marcy Renee Photography on Instagram.
Marcy Renee Photography on Instagram. She is back on social media. She has returned from sabbatical, hiatus, all that.
Yeah.
She is back. So please go follow Marcy Renee Photography on Instagram. Also, thank you this week to Toast Augusta. We shout out Toast Augusta so much. People starting to ask, do we like have stock or part on? No. we just like supporting good people. So support Toast Augusta. We really appreciate them. Thank you for letting us take photos in your location. If you haven't caught on this current series of photos, I have nicknamed Downtown Augusta Love Letter Volume 1. Mm-hmm. Every week we're going to feature a small business in downtown Augusta. Toast Augusta was the first week. Wait till you see who we got for week 2. That's all I'm gonna say. And honestly, this, the business owner has almost become we became Instagram best friends. So right. I'm really more excited to see her reaction when we post these photos. Especially. So,
all right.
Thank you to everybody who liked all the photos this week. We appreciate you.
Speaking of the feedback, we did get a little bit of feedback or some things people wanted us to speak on.
Who sent some feedback? I didn't see it.
Anyway.
It didn't make it to me.
You know what? Last week the feedback didn't make it to me, but I spoke on it anyway.
It didn't make it to the Where the Webs inbox.
Nope. So, one little bit of feedback was that it seemed as though Mr. Webb's critiques of women albums, women R&B, he seems to use the word depressing a lot. Would you care to clarify and explain yourself, Mr. Webb?
Okay. Everything is open to interpretation. I always emphasize the fact that I don't have a problem with the particular album. Like Summer Walker, for example, I actually liked the album. It just was a very melancholy feel at times. Now, here's the thing. We had this discussion, and I think I've come to the conclusion that maybe I listen to music for a different reason than a lot of other people do. Like me, I'm never one to try to stay in a down mood, a sad mood, or whatever. I never seek out music that
matches
that mood. Like I'm looking for music to change my mood. Like I want music to make me feel better or to emphasize or make me happier. I don't like sad music. It's not just Summer Walker. We're going to talk about some albums this week from some males, from some dudes.
But I think it's, you group the whole album as like, this is a sad or melancholy album.
Well, Summer Walker, the whole thing has a very, like, it's something about her. Like, I'm just giving my personal opinion.
Okay.
It's something about Summer Walker that feels a little sad and tragic to me.
Tragic?
Tragic.
That's a rough.
Man,
I mean, if
it's just
how you feel,
it's a
okay.
feel. Like it's a feel.
So what about the idea that you say this about female artists?
It's not just women in particular. It just so happens that a lot of the albums we've talked about have been, like the R&B albums have been women.
Have you said
Hell, Chris Brown album wasn't sad, but it was too long to fucking talk about. I'm not about to listen to 50 fucking songs.
Nobody wants to do.
Nobody wants to
do
that. I
still
still haven't made it through the whole Chris Brown album.
I was surprised I made it through that Quality Control. Like,
Yeah,
that was more of an endurance race than anything, an endurance challenge. Okay, so I agree. Like, the word you used this week was melancholy, which is different than depressed.
Okay, maybe it's my limited vocabulary that, puts some people that, maybe throws you off. Because the word that came to me, and easiest word to describe it sometimes is just depressing. Like, Summer Walker's music, it does have a, like, tragic feel to it to me. Like, it just, her in general, it's something about her, like, and shout out to that young lady who she's definitely made her come up from, like, I think she had a cleaning service. Maybe used to be a stripper. She's done a thing, but it still has a kind of, like, sad feel to me, or melancholy feel.
I respectfully disagree, but that's fine. We can disagree.
She ain't got you playing Summer Walker. Is there a party song? What's the Summer Walker? What's the Summer Walker pump up song? What's your Summer Walker gym song?
I just said it was a sexy.
Okay then.
There's sexy.
Maybe
that's not even a down thing.
It's not a negative thing. I'm just saying, like, there's no like
get hyped
Summer Walker song.
That's different to me. All right. The other thing was someone wanted me to provide a little bit of commentary about forgiveness and Botham Jean.
Botham Jean.
Botham
Jean.
I wanted somebody to pronounce it for me. I struggle.
I think it's Botham Jean.
I thought it was Jean, and then I was like, Jean.
I believe, now I don't want to say for sure, but I believe he may be of Haitian descent, ethnicity. So,
but someone wanted me to talk about the forgiveness with the brother and some of the family hugging his convicted murderer. Mm-hmm. And the judge.
Amber Geiger.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the bailiff brushing her hair. Yep.
So, well, we're just going to stick with, you can go there if you want. I'm just going to give my 2 cents.
Give yours and I'll give mine. What's up, whoever?
So in regards to the family hugging and embracing her, right? Because what I saw on social media, what I saw a lot of was people saying, "Oh, Black people, we're so quick to forgive." Like with Dylan Roof, there were people who were out there at the church forgiving, like members of the family forgiving, and people in the congregation forgiving him. And okay, look, first of all, I don't think it's fair. This family has gone through a lot and gone through it publicly. I don't think it's fair to criticize them outright about how they handle or don't handle forgiveness or grief. I don't think that's fair. I'm just saying. I don't think it's a thing to put out there like, oh, why this family doing this? And Black people always da-da-da-da-da. How they handle it is how they handle it. Forgiveness in and of itself is not really for that person. Generally speaking, it's not for the person that's being forgiven. It's usually for the forgiver, because it eats you up to carry a grudge, to hold on to that stuff when you have enough going on and you have to move on. You have to work it moving forward. It looks different for everybody, okay? Some people can forgive right away. I'm going to tell you right now, I don't know that I could be one of those people. I don't feel like I have it in me to forgive that in that short amount of time. Like, well, granted, it's been some time.
It's been some time. You had to go through the whole
trial. Yeah, all of that. It's been a while, but it's still, I don't know that I have it in me or would have had it in me to do it at the trial at that time. So I think forgiveness is a deeply personal thing, but I really think it's messed up of people to come out swinging at this family saying how they should and should not react. The judge is a totally other story. The judge debate, like, that's a completely different story because this has nothing to do with y'all. Like, what y'all doing? Is there any other time when you convict somebody of murder and you come off the stand and go hug them and comfort and console them? Bruh, if you don't get out of here with that. But as for the family, that's separate to me. So, my opinion, my thoughts.
I could go a lot of different ways with this particular subject. First of all, I do think, like, sometimes as the victim's family, sometimes I think it's for them. Like, for me to move on with my life, you know what I'm saying, and not have to just carry this, it's okay if you want to forgive them. I think I'm going to use the term, the aesthetics was a little off. Mm-hmm. You know, seeing this, you know, black family, black man, black bailiff, black judge, all hug this Caucasian woman who is currently on trial. If everything was reversed, I promise you wouldn't see that. So the aesthetics were a little off. And here's the thing, you also have to understand too, that's the aesthetics and how it looks is what a lot of y'all are reacting to. But the thing is, it can be manipulated. If you just saw a still image, a still photo, you don't know the whole context. You just see it and you can judge, but it's not for me to criticize that man's mother or brother for forgiving. Now, like you said, the judge and the bailiff, that just was weird. I ain't never seen a bailiff like brushing somebody's hair before. That was a little weird. But forgiveness is not for me to decide. Like, you know what I'm saying? Should you forgive somebody or not? But as a people though, I will say this: black people are, to me, most forgiving people on earth. Now, I say that to my Caucasian friends. My pro-black does not mean anti anybody else. Mm-hmm. But fact, to me, I truly believe black people are the most forgiving people on this earth. African Americans, matter of fact, like, for, you know, things that have happened to us, and still, you know, to have faith in a country, sometimes still have faith in a religion that has been used against us, to still, you know, hold on to those things. We are some of the most forgiving people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But it's not for me to say. I hope I never have to find myself in that situation where I got to decide, do I want to forgive somebody who hurt somebody I love? Right. I don't never want to have to be in that position. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I can't judge what those people did. That's just it, man. It was a tragic situation. Right. Man lost his life in his own home. Should have never happened. Much like another young woman recently. Tatiana Jefferson, also in Fort Worth, Texas. Right there. What y'all doing in Fort Worth? But I mean, it is. Get out. But get out now. There's been some things around that too. You know, somebody mentioned that the nephew said she had a gun and pointed out the window. But if you watch the body cam footage, it was never like, it was just immediate, and this woman got shot through a window in her home. So, again, summary, you know, it's not on us to say what's appropriate or not for a family who's grieving, for people who are close to someone and how they grieve, or if they forgive, or how they react. Right. Right. That's not, I don't think it's fair to judge people on that. We can't judge the family. But that bailiff and that judge, bruh, maybe. Side eye all day. Yeah, that was just weird. So getting into topics. So, much like my music, I try to listen. We can always, if y'all want to have these discussions, here's what I would like. If we kind of try to keep it light here on the podcast, don't think we're not well versed. We can handle the heavier topics. Mm-hmm. I just try to provide like this. Sometimes it's just supposed to be fun. But listen, if you want to get into the heavier topics, we can get into it. I'm with it.
I like the, we'll weave in and out. We'll work a thing.
We did it.
Right.
Nobody deserves to get shot in their own home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But again,
we just had a comment that said you can no longer say like you're safe in your own home. It's not a true statement anymore. Which is sad, but it's true. It's true.
Again, we the most forgiving people on this earth. We continue to still believe in, where we live, the people that are tasked with serving and protecting us. Mm-hmm. We still, believe in those people.
So, lightening up, moving into our topics.
Topics for the week. What's the first topic we got? Oh, hold on. If you can, for all y'all on Facebook too, I don't know these people. I just bought some popcorn from them. Max Poppin' Kettle Corn. Support them if you see them. We got the Jungle Fever flavor.
I'm kind of mad about the name, but go ahead.
It is white cheddar and caramel mix, aka the Jungle Fever.
It's white and brown popcorn. Don't close the tub.
I'm
munching. I'll tell you this. I don't even like kettle corn. But it's something about the mix of this flavor.
The cheddar, I know some of y'all know it is like the Chicago style with the yellow cheddar in the caramel corn. This is white cheddar and caramel corn.
So, speaking of Chicago, where the Webb's been, Mr. Webb came back Friday night from his Chicago adventure. Is there anything in particular, any final thoughts, summary, wrap-up, recommendations from Chicago? You actually got to try deep dish pizza, and you have a hot take. Is that correct?
Oh well, I mean, here's the thing about deep dish pizza.
Speaking to the mic.
I think they should just call it something else. Like, don't call it pizza. It's not pizza. Because if you judge it based on what you traditionally think of as pizza, you may not like it. I mean, everybody got their opinion. Some people like it, some people don't. I just think they should come up with a new name for it.
But do you like it?
I like it. It fits. It's good. Like,
okay.
A lot of different places in Chicago got their own styles. So I like deep dish pizza. I also got to try a couple other places. Chicago really emphasizes you trying the things that they're known for. So you got to get deep dish pizza. You got to get an Italian beef sandwich. Some people don't like the Italian beef because the bread comes soggy. If you're one of the people who can't eat soggy bread, don't eat the Italian beef because it comes wet. What else?
Any places you recommend?
Well, the places I tried were all pretty good. Portillo's is good for the Chicago hot dog, the Italian beef. For the deep dish pizza, go to what's the name of the place? I forgot the name of it that quick.
That's all right.
It's fine. But yeah, check out Chicago's a great place. Like, if you can get into the actual city, don't listen to what nobody else told you. Chicago is a cool place. Get into downtown Chicago. Now, right now, I'm telling you, it's cold as shit. And it's something about I don't know, listen, like that windy city shit is real. Cause Lake Michigan is damn near the ocean.
I was gonna say, it's that lake effect.
That shit is, you looking at it, you feel like you can't see, it's not a small pond, it's a big ass lake. And it's right there on the lake. And that wind coming off that fucking lake is no joke. You hear me? So go in the summertime. But Chicago's cool. Downtown, they got a lot of if you're into architecture, museums, art, those type of things. They got great concerts, Lollapalooza. If you've never been to Chicago, book you a trip to Chicago. Now, drawbacks to Chicago.
Besides the wind?
Besides the weather. If you think Atlanta traffic is bad, Chicago might have Atlanta beat. I'm telling you. So it's Atlanta with even worse roads. The roads, and because it snows and all the salt, the roads are always terrible. That's one thing. Uber and a taxi.
Yep.
Definitely. But if you don't have to drive around Chicago, get somebody else to do it.
Okay. So, after Mr. Webb got back this weekend, the Webbs, we hung out, did some business things. And
where we go?
We went to Dirty South Burlesque Show.
Ooh,
shout out
tasteful strippers.
Shout out to the Dirty South Burlesque performers. They always put on a really good show. They go with a theme and
artistic stripping.
Right. Sure. Yes. They get down to the tassels and the cover.
Stripping with stickers on.
There you go. Pasties. It's tasteful with pasties. And because it's burlesque, they try to throw in like comedy elements and stuff like that.
It's like the girls who were in your theater class in high school, but now they took it to another level and they get down to some pasties and panties. But it's like the girl, like the kind of artsy, kind of, you probably called them weird in high school. But now they taking back their bodies and they're proud, no body shaming, and they're out here getting down to the stickers.
So we went to the burlesque show and then Mr. Webb suggested we go to a place.
Did I?
Yes.
I suggested that shit?
Yes.
Okay, where?
You were like, let's go to Tipsy McStumbles. And I was like, what?
I had a few drinks.
Where's the record? Like, that's exactly what happened. This place is legit called Tipsy McStumbles. It's like an Irish pub theme kind of bar, but they don't really have like any of the traditional Irish food. They'll give you like Guinness and stuff like that, you know.
It's really popular around St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
It's almost like an Irish pub meets Twin Peaks.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
But it's smaller, like a smaller version of Twin Peaks. If Twin Peaks had one girl working the bar, it would be Tipsy McStumbles.
So we ended up there, and I was like, it's like heavy metal music playing.
The feminist in my wife doesn't.
I struggle. You know I struggle. But the women who work there by choice. We talked to the bartender. She was super nice.
She loves dogs.
And I love dogs, so we talked about our dogs. They were playing heavy metal, and then all of a sudden it was like old DMX and Wu-Tang mixed in. And I don't know. It was such a random night. It was so odd. And then yesterday, no, it was not. It was earlier today. Earlier today, we went to the Hispanic Festival. We would have gone on Saturday, but it was pouring down rain all day. Literally all day. So today we got to go to the Hispanic Festival, which is always our favorite because of chicharrones and tacos and empanadas and arepas, like all of the wonderful, flavorful. If you have not checked out our Instagram, Snaps, Facebook, all of that stuff, I did go live on Facebook for a little bit so you could get a little bit of the flavor. But, of course, shout out to the Hispanic Cultural Association.
Yes, Hispanic Festival, always a great time.
Puerto Rico!
It very, people come out, show their pride in their countries. You got the Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Cubans, Colombians, Venezuelans.
Mexico.
And, of course. And I like the fact that, you know, it's all the countries represented. It goes beyond, like, it's not just Mexico. And a lot of people's idea of, like, Latin cuisine and Hispanic food is strictly Mexican food. But it gives the opportunity for people to try things like, you know, pernil and, you know, the empanadas and arepas and all the other good stuff.
They had paella. Representing Spain.
Oh, shout out to the Philippines. Philippines showed up.
Philippines showed up. They had a little tit.
Yeah, y'all. People don't really think about the Philippines as a Hispanic country, but it was technically a Spanish colony, so it fits. So shout out to the Philippines coming through with the lumpia.
Yeah. So it was good food. Good music, good times.
Oh, yeah.
Always. Once a year. Not enough. All right. So, moving on to the messy. You ready for this?
Are y'all ready for this?
Are you ready? Hey, are you ready for
All
this?
right. So, it's amazing to me how things go so-called viral these days.
Sure.
Facebook, it's good and it's a bad thing, I guess, gift and a curse. Facebook almost seems like we are all, if you go get on Facebook during the day, I feel like we are all at the same job, just in different parts of the company, and we all communicating. Like it's amazing. Like if you get on Facebook around like noon to like 4 o'clock, you like, damn, so none of us doing work right now. Like we all on Facebook and passing all this stuff around. And like, why? How do we? I know most of us are supposed to be at work right now. How are we having time to pass around all these different things? Well, I say that to say this. Earlier this week, there was a video going around. Well, there were a couple videos going around. One was of somebody who was identified as Pastor David E. Wilson. From, if all the facts check out, if all of this is true, I hear he's from Texarkana, Texas somewhere, or somewhere.
Okay.
I don't know. But apparently this pastor had his tape leaked. It was the pastor in a position doing something that a grown person with two grown people with consent are absolutely allowed to do.
Yes.
Almost encouraged. If you are married, you should definitely. But
he was caught on a sex act. Well, not caught. The person who was engaged in the act with him was videotaping.
Yeah, the person was videotaping. So
it has been...
Now, here's the thing: did he know he was being videotaped? That's the answer. That's a question I never got answered.
Right, amongst many.
There were many questions.
Many questions. So the question is, or our question today is, how do we feel about it? Is it wrong? Right. Okay. First of all, I was gonna say something. I'm gonna get it together here. As you were saying, these are two, as far as we know, consenting adults. Okay. So to that end, there's nothing wrong with what he was doing. Now, what I feel like is happening is there's a whole slew of people who are out here like, my pastor can't be out here like getting down with the parishioners and having sex and doing all this stuff. And that's the stuff that gets me. It's like, so he's holier than thou. Like he's better than any of the rest of us. This isn't anything that a lot of people don't do. Okay. My other thing is, was this dispersed by the person recording it, or how did it get out? Because that's messed up. If I did this and you and I did this behind closed doors, you put my business out on the street, without my consent. And now I gotta go. That man had to go in the pulpit today. It's Sunday. If he went.
I hope he blessed him with a great sermon.
He was blessing somebody with a great sermon in that video.
And he didn't have to get 3 points, and he didn't have to do no.
Now I think if he was married in a committed relationship and this was going on, then yeah, that's messed up. So there's questions.
Yeah. Okay.
But generally speaking,
nothing wrong.
Ain't nothing wrong with
yes.
Little action.
Pastor, if this was not the pastor's wife,
if he's married,
and this was not your wife, that's a violation. Not necessarily what you were doing. The fact that it was not,
right.
That it was not your wife. Wrong. Okay, got it. Now, I don't have a problem with the pastor so much as the messy person who leaked the tape, especially if it was the person who is on it, who is recording, right? So there's a lot of unanswered questions, but we know typically in these type of situations, you may have gotten upset with the pastor. Things went south, and then you decide you about to expose the pastor. Mm-hmm. You didn't have a problem with it when the pastor was blessing you. Oops. Now you want to put my business out here for everybody to see, right? Now, also, if the pastor was being recorded without his consent, if he did not know, that is also a violation.
Yes.
Because if it was been reversed,
that is not okay.
Not okay.
Yes.
Also, on another note, before I actually saw it, I saw my Facebook coworkers hyping it up. Hey man, he did okay. I'm just saying. He did all right. But a lot of y'all ain't getting that pastor treatment.
Oops.
And it shows. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
And
a lot of y'all
ain't saying what's on the tape.
Yeah.
But
a lot of y'all need a pastor, like need somebody to be the pastor in your life.
And come bless you.
Come bless you. And I also seen some critiques of the pastor's technique. Some people said it was a little dry. You know what I'm saying?
Get out of here. Okay. No.
I'm just reporting. I'm just reporting. Some people said it was dry. Some people said, you don't go back to front. I don't know. I'm not doing. Discretion is advised. Skip this part.
Look, here's the thing. What bothers me now, there is a chance, and we know because we've either been a part of, been to, or have heard of churches where a pastor is single. He can mingle, but he mingling with a little bit of everybody. And people get upset and feelings get hurt. And it's messy. It's just sloppy. Okay? And to that end, it's like, okay. But, I can understand, like, feeling some kind of way.
Your pastor is human.
Right.
And the fact that, like, a lot of them are, criticized for different things that they do, they still human. Especially if, you doing it within... Honestly, the thing is, if you practice what you preach, I'm good with that. If you now you can't get up there and point the finger and criticize and damn everybody else to hell, and you doing it too.
Right.
Look, if that was my pastor, what I want to hear from him this Sunday morning was like, that's me. That was me. You got
and
me.
Own up. Yeah. True. And
I'm a man.
Don't get up there and preach about, fornication is this and blah, 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 blah. And you shouldn't mess around outside of marriage and this, that, and the other. Like, if you're not married, don't have sex, abstinence, blah, blah, blah. And you out here messing around. Like, don't be hypocritical. But also, as a parishioner, don't be hypocritical if your pastor's single. This isn't anything outside of bounds. And you're just like, you can't do that. You're not...
If your pastor is single and he's telling everybody else to wait until they married, that should also apply to him as well.
Well, I was saying in the reverse,
yeah.
Not like him preaching that way, but I was saying don't hold him to a standard of, he's not allowed to mess around, or he can't be sexual or be active or whatever. Don't get me started on the idea you can't be a Christian and be sexy or sexual or any of that stuff. It's messing people up.
Messed up.
It's messing what?
Stop not letting them priests.
Oh, I was like, I thought you were talking about Catholics in general.
No, not Catholics in general, but like when you start telling them priests you can't do this and you got to be over here and you can't, have sex, then you start doing. I ain't gonna blame that on that. I should leave that alone. But anyway,
yeah. Stop right
there.
Man. But true.
Leave the pastor alone.
Right. People have urges. People have needs. It's okay to go get those needs met within, fair bounds.
Who's the pastor in your life? What you doing? Go get you a role. Get a little role play. What? Who's the pastor in your life? Some of y'all need to spice it up a little bit. Bring the pastor into the bedroom. Be the pastor of your bedroom.
If you go seeking this tape, I'm sure you'll find it.
Man, it ain't hard to find.
But put on your safe search, your security filter, your private browser. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Not safe for work.
The little thing with the little blackout that look like a bandit mask.
Get you Google Chrome and go on safe mode and search for it.
Or your Firefox, your Mozilla secret.
Google Pastor Eat Box. I don't know. Whatever you want.
Oh my gosh. All right. Next topic. What is going on? Y'all are getting wild on Facebook. So
I love it.
Next topic. We missed this last week, and I don't know how we missed this. It may have been the last 2 weeks.
Hold on. Can we take a break? Let's pause on the recording. We'll come back. Everybody on Facebook Live, y'all stay right there. We're just about to pause the audio. The audio.
All right.
And then we'll come back and we'll start over.
Cool. Hey, Facebook. What y'all doing?
Yo, Jay Daniels is wild.
Deuteronomy.
Yo,
y'all tripping.
This is about to be. Yeah, we can talk like once the recording stops. This is like off the record. Yo, I'm mad. Jay Daniels was like, Shannon. He said, Shannon, tell him to get off you. Like, no.
This is good. This is good. Make sure y'all email us at wherethewebs1. Email us your thoughts. Pause it for roleplay. Hey.
Yo.
Let me make sure we show y'all our first attempt at our Where the Webs t-shirts again.
Yeah, while I finish up this
So JD, I hear you good for the shirts, man. So we need a little help. But for a first time out, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna Where
Shannon,
the Webs.
it wasn't me. It wasn't me, Shannon.
You can't see me. I'm short. Can you see? Can you see it?
Hold up, the mic in the way.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, there you go. So it's a concept. We working through it.
Working on it. Trying to get y'all some official Where the Webs merch. All right. Also trying to be walking billboards. All right. Yeah. We're going to tighten up some things because there's certain that we want the colors to be a little more vibrant. You know, I think we may change the font on it, but we going to get there. But we do like the idea of the sunglasses with the world map on the back. That's cool. We trying to do a thing. Do you have to put the audio on it right now?
Yeah, for me to save it.
The
Queen of the 3-day weekend.
Second City. Second City.
Hold on. What's up? Is that Kara?
Probably. You like the shirts? We're gonna do a thing.
I'm doing some quick audio editing.
You know what? I should have had my Second City shirt over here.
Yo,
shout out to y'all.
Hey, Kara, we got you coming up. We just doing one business per week. So this week it was Toast Augusta. We're going to choose a business this week. But just wait till you see the photos that we got.
Let me tell you. Our photographer, behind the scenes stuff.
Appreciate you, Jay Daniel.
Our photographer took 1,600 photos in our last photo shoot. 1,600 across 1, 2, 3, 4 locations. 4 locations and a little bit of a street shoot.
Queen of the 3-day weekend.
1,600 pictures. So she is working, editing, trying to get those out to us. So whenever you see it, just know, like, we've already.
Queen of the 3-day weekend. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's just editing.
Mr. Webb's got to fade in the new theme song. Glad you're watching. Glad you're hanging out with us tonight. So we're going to get into our second part. As soon as Mr. Webb, we get the audio together. He's doing the production over here. Give y'all a little bit more behind the scenes. So check it out.
Hey, welcome back to another episode of Where Are the Webs, aka
there it is.
The Webs Worldwide, the Worldwide Webs.
Mr. Webb
favorite auntie and uncle
doing the editing.
Queen of the 3-day weekend. We back. We in here.
Hola.
All right, I think
that's good.
We're good right now.
All right, save it, and then we get back in it, and then we ready to roll. Get to the last part of the show and all the good stuff. Glad y'all are hanging out with us tonight.
Please make sure you go listen to the full episode when it is posted on whatever your favorite streaming platform is. That's
83. Yeah.
Spotify, Google Play, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen. Please make sure you go listen to the full version of the podcast. Give me just 1 second while I save everything. Okay, thank you.
So what is all this stuff?
Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it.
It's a lot.
I'm just gonna do that right
So
now.
much. Yeah. All right, we ready?
Hold on just a second. Just a second. Wife impatient tonight.
I am. I'm ready to get to the.
I just have to check the file size just to make sure we're good. Okay, that
Okay.
works. Okay.
We good?
Yeah. Let me just hit new on this.
All right. It's go time.
Yo. All right, we're ready. We're ready. We're back.
That's why I leave you to do this without me. So I'm like, I'm ready.
All right. Going back.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
You ready?
Let's get back in. All right.
And we're back.
So, as I said,
before we left off,
we did not tackle this topic the last 2 weeks, but our alma mater, Georgia Southern, has been in the news for not great reasons.
Go Eagles.
As of late. As one of my fellow Eagles said, the eagle is crying. The eagle has a tear in its eye. If you do not know, it's a freshman class, right?
So it was a freshman orientation class that was assigned a book by a Latina author.
Yes.
In this book, the Latina author talks about her journey and coming to the United States and experiencing and dealing with privilege. You know, just called. And I don't even, honestly, I haven't read the book, but I think this actually may not even really be a large part of the book, right? But apparently, some of the freshman students who were required to read this book, when the author came for a Q&A session, they questioned her on calling out, the privilege and how they felt like they weren't all a part of it or they didn't benefit from the privilege.
So she came to talk about the book, and then it was in the Q&A at the end, like after her lecture, where someone stood up and it kind of got the ball rolling for the other folks who were feeling similarly. But one person stood up and said something about white privilege and feeling that the author had stereotyped white people and painted them with this broad brush and blah, blah, blah. And she remarked about the irony of the situation of these students confronting her for calling out white privilege. And yes, they said they didn't feel like they had privileges just because they were white. They would say, I came from a low income home where we didn't have very much, but they were totally missing the point that the fact that your skin is white gives you advantages in this world that it does not give people of color.
In particular, in this country,
yes,
that is built on the whole basis of it was built on white supremacy, honestly, and the growth in the expansion of the United States was built on the backs of African Americans who were brought here as free labor. Honestly, when you think about it,
and the killing of natives.
True, but you had a free workforce for 400 years, so that helped. You can't help but see how that benefited the expansion of the United States. Neither here nor there.
Right. So the story wasn't necessarily that they had opposition to this author. No, the story was after the Q&A ended, the author went back to her hotel room, of which there were some students who had gathered at the hotel. There were some who were waiting in the lobby to confront her. But additionally, after leaving the auditorium, there was a group of these students who got together and decided we're going to have a good old-fashioned book burning, and proceeded to burn their copies of her book. And that is what helped this story to make the news.
Right. And it kind of caught fire, so to speak.
Yeah. Pun intended?
Maybe. The story grew. It made it to like national news sources. It was on, national news, BuzzFeed, other places.
Right.
About people burning this author's book.
Right.
I don't think the argument here, like, we ain't gonna solve or like try to convince people that white privilege exists. It's a thing, right? But I'm just gonna say the protest and the confrontation is just proof that yes, you have the right, the freedom to demonstrate and protest. Though I think burning the book or burning merchandise, going back to like when people burn Nike, I think is a stupid way to protest. They already got your money, you already paid for it, but then you burn it.
Right.
Especially as a college student, you could have just went ahead and got a refund for that, but you probably
sold that book back.
Right. I think that was a stupid way to protest. But here's the thing: you can't tell somebody else how to feel about their experiences. If this lady said this is her perspective, this is her truth, how can you say no? That ain't how it really is. She saw it, and the fact that you were able to stand up and confront her, or you feel like the audacity to do this in this setting is just proof of what she said. That's it.
I mean, you could disagree and feel how you feel. I just think you have to question yourself about, if I'm that angry, if I'm viscerally in my gut angry, you need to look at yourself and say, where does that come from? Like, why am I that upset and that angry about someone who's writing a book, telling their story from their perspective? Why is this so offensive and upsetting to me?
I think one thing like a lot of us don't do is just in all situations, man, try to put yourself in the other person's shoes sometimes. What's really missing and what's really, what we really need more of is a little word I like to call empathy. It's different than sympathy. Empathy is seeing things from somebody else's perspective. So be a little bit more empathetic to other people's situations. That's all I'm saying.
I am beaming from ear to ear.
Don't get weird.
I am beaming from ear to ear because
I am not empathetic of my wife right now. No, go ahead. I'm just joking.
You are super empathetic of your wife, actually.
You
are so...
Oh, my God.
I actually think you're sympathetic of your wife.
Both. Empathetic and sympathetic for my wife.
Here's the thing. I'm beaming because I feel like you've heard me talk about the Brene Brown stuff, and I played that video a couple of times, like you were cooking or something, or you were walking around the house, and I played that video she has of empathy versus sympathy, and I was telling you about it and like talking you through it. I know. It's not that you didn't have the idea in your head already.
As someone,
it's just like an additional layer thing. Like it's like a earworm, like you pick it up.
Maybe, but it actually comes a lot from having, as someone who trains people in customer service and teaching them how to, handle people and how to deal with people sometimes. It's also part of that. It's something I talk about there also, in just kind of preparing people. Like you're going to interact with other people. You're going to, sometimes it's going to seem crazy, their perspective, and like dealing in customer service. Yes, this person's upset about something that you may think is trivial or stupid, but sometimes you got to put yourself in their shoes and understand. You know what I mean? A bill increase may have just been the last straw for them, and it just set them off. So empathy is something I'm aware of. I try to practice. I think we all should practice more empathy.
So, does this mean that we are going to reject George Southern? No.
Never. Go Eagles.
If they keep like hitting the struggle bus, as far as football.
All right.
I was gonna say as far as football, but even we ride it out with the Falcons, so we ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm about to stop fucking with the Falcons. First
don't
of all,
say it on the mic. Don't let nobody know.
All right. Either way,
you know your brother-in-law, but this. I don't want this to be a reflection of our school as a whole. I do think it's important for the school to be proactive in handling stuff like this and addressing it with the student body. So,
and if we honest, like those of us who went to Georgia Southern, like we know, Georgia Southern and Statesboro have always had some issues with around different things. So this really isn't nothing new. Sometimes it's just this may be the latest and it's made national news, but there have been other incidents that have happened at Georgia Southern. So this isn't new, and I still support Georgia Southern. Still go Eagles.
It is still go Eagles.
Gator.
And this wasn't all of the students who went to this thing.
It was
this
a
is
small
a small group, but it's always a small group of people who it makes the majority, like everyone else, look at. Like people start to assume this is what it's like at that school.
And
but anyway,
all right. What's our next? What else we talking about?
Time for reviews.
Are we in the reviews already?
We got a lot of reviews.
Yeah, a lot of things to review. Albums, products.
Let's go.
Everything. Cue it up. What's the first one?
Gucci Mane. Woptober 2. This project by Gucci Mane. Yes. Did you listen to this project?
No, I ain't gonna. I didn't.
Let me tell you.
You got it.
This was worth listening to for one song, which I have played at least 10 times this weekend. That song is Gucci Mane featuring Megan Thee Stallion, Big Booty. Man, listen to me. Okay, I know the song's called Big Booty. Don't come for me. All right. Listen, hear me out. The sample is Hoochie Mama. It's Hoochie Mama, which is like one of my all-time favorite dirty bass songs from 2 Live Crew. And it's slowed in this way. It's sick. It is sick. This song is dope. It's essentially a Megan Thee Stallion song with Gucci Mane, but for some reason it's on his album. Let me tell you, that song by itself, Hot Girl Summer continues into the fall.
Controversial opinion. Hot take. Y'all ready for this?
No.
I like old Gucci. I like pre-jail Gucci.
Fair.
I don't like new Gucci. I don't like new Goo-Wop.
New
I
Gucci
like
Mane,
old Gucci.
for one thing,
Call me old.
For one thing, he sounds different on the songs. Like his voice sounds different. It's weird. For another thing, some of the songs, like there's no, as you were saying, there's no party Gucci songs. They're like the new style kind of trap. You get a lot of Migos type feel. You know what I mean? Like Move Me, Tootsies. Like you get that feel. You know, you that's what it is. It's like the new Atlanta rappers.
Maybe.
Like his beats and everything blended with that. And then maybe that's another reason I like this song is because it's a fun little bop. You know, you can ride to it and it's cool.
I heard the song. It was cool. Like you said, I liked the sample. It was cool.
And Megan Thee Stallion is doing her thing lyrically, as she does.
She is. She's everywhere.
She is.
But I still, for my personal preference, I like old Gucci. It's just something about, like, I feel like he was more believable. Like, he probably was doing a lot of what he was saying. Like, now, I don't know.
Now he's just kind of
rap about having a wife and kids.
More or less, flossing. Let's talk about the money and the cars and the trips and the thing, that kind of thing. So, anyway.
All right, what's next?
Wale for Lauren. This album is called Wow. That's crazy. And I kind of like the title. I enjoyed this album. I recommend because he's being honest. Wale has always been Wale. He always gonna be Wale.
A little too
honest, a little
too sensitive,
a little too much. But here's the thing: I feel like he confronted himself on this album, and that's what I appreciate. Because in some of the lyrics, he was like, "Yeah, I went too far. I was doing too much of this. I got too messy. I got too in my head about whatever things. I was getting into it with my label and all. He references that. He owns up to that, and I feel like it's a point of growth. But also, I like both Kelly Price tracks. First of all, so it's let me see, See Me. Oh, sorry, Sue Me.
Sue Me. I like that one.
Set You Free. And one of my favorite songs on here also is BGM. I like the Black Girl Magic. Feel like that can also ride. And there's another one on here. It was like one of the first tracks on there, and it had a Caribbean kind of like almost a Latin vibe. And I appreciate that. I like this album towards, I would say, mid to late in the album. You could have scrapped like 4 or 5 of those songs. I'm not as big into the 6-lack as everybody else.
6-lack.
I'm not as big into it's black. The artist is black, but he
spells it with a 6.
He spells it with a 6, so I call it 6-lack.
From East Atlanta.
Y'all gonna stop doing that. But I'm not as big into him as a lot of other people are. I don't care much about Jacquees or what's the other one? Jeremiah. I'm not a big fan of him either.
This was an R&B album. First of all, like I felt at some point I was like, does every song have an R&B feature? Jacquees, Jeremiah, Kelly Price, Twice, Pink Sweats. If you don't know who Pink Sweats is interesting.
I was gonna say I can't tell if Pink Sweats is a R&B artist or not.
No, Pink Sweats is R&B.
I would say hip hop, but
it's R&B. Okay. He sings. All right. Anyway, man. Speaking of people, since y'all say a lot of times I group women and I say depressing, Wale also sometimes makes depressing ass music. Not all. He'll have like 1 or 2 up tempo songs, which again I like Wale. I don't know if Wale's ever put together an album where I like every single song. Not a lot of people do. There's not nothing against him. For the most part, there's a couple songs on there. On this one I like. I don't really like the On Chill song with Jeremiah, but I know that's the one they playing everywhere.
You used to like that song.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you did. I'm telling. Right. Okay.
It's all right. Anyway, it's cool. Also, Wale is just another one of the people, like, I just have to, like, I gotta be in the mood for it, or I take small doses. Sometimes I don't want to hear, the poem. Like, man.
He does get
the poetry and
I appreciate that about him.
He's trying
he strings together some good runs and some good lines, like some clever wordplay here and there. So I give this a solid, maybe maybe B plus to an A. I say it's a solid work.
I think
you could scrap like 4 songs.
His last album was better to me. He had a song called Smile, Reason to Smile. That one that's one of my favorite songs. I still play that one.
Going on with the review.
More reviews.
Ciroc. The Rock's in the building.
So we're gonna review liquor this week. We got a new flavor of Ciroc. This is their limited edition white grape flavor.
Ooh.
Ciroc white grape.
In the gold bottle. Makes you feel fancy. So I took the liberty of buying this as a welcome home gift from Mr. Webb coming back from Chicago. And I put it in our freezer because I was thinking I want to taste it pure. But you don't want to just take a hot shot of liquor because what are we, 12? Like,
yeah, you need it. It's better when chilled.
I'm not a crisp 22-year-old. I can't take it anymore. Like, I can't do that.
I just had another idea too.
So I put it in the freezer so I could take it chilled. And I drank it straight. And let me tell you, this liquor is so smooth. It is scary smooth. With just you get the taste of the white grape, but you don't get like the burn and all of that kind of stuff. What you expect from vodka. It's very, very good.
Very smooth.
again, scary, like scary.
Here's what I would say. I feel like Ciroc really does flavors well.
Yeah.
I'll give them that. Like, if you want a flavor vodka, Ciroc does it in a very nice way. Like, not like Smirnoff. They're making like cake flavors or Rice Krispie treat flavors. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they ain't doing that. But they really do flavors very well. And out of the ones I tried, I would say this may be my second favorite. Number one is that Summer Colada. If you can get you some of that Summer Colada, try that one. There was a summer watermelon flavor this year that we didn't try. But this white grape, this is gonna be if it stays on the shelf, this is your Christmas party.
Heck yeah.
Your Thanksgiving.
Your New Year's. This your New Year's right here.
If it's still around, if you can still find it,
you better
this
stock
is what
up.
you want. Yeah, go ahead and get it now. This Ciroc white grape is what you want at your holiday events. Now, we drunk it straight. Like I said, super smooth. You get the flavor, but it's not super sweet. Goes down really easy. I was trying to find things to mix it with. I think I settled on. I think tonic works best. I don't know what you mix with white grape, but tonic was good. It probably go good if you're a soda type person. If you're a soda or tonic
like
person,
club soda
maybe would work. That's what I kind of settled on. But if you see it, check it out.
Highly recommend. What was the one in I think they did it for wintertime last year. It was in the purple bottle.
Purple bottle.
Yeah.
Oh, the black raspberry.
Yeah.
That was another good one. Yeah, that was another good one.
Shout out to Diddy and the folks at Ciroc for making these wonderful flavors. All right.
What's next?
I listened to a teeny bit of Cash Doll stats. I couldn't read my handwriting. Stat. Let me tell you something. Don't know a whole lot about Cash Doll or her backstory. Apparently she's from Detroit.
Yeah.
Hashtag is so cold in the D.
Whew.
Look.
You got to be a real one to make it out of Detroit. That alone right there gets you some points.
She's
to make it out of Detroit.
She I think I listened to like 4 tracks or so. It's so weird because she sounds so very young.
And I don't think she is. Cash Doll might be like mid-30s. I don't know.
Really? Because she sounds super young. But the thing is, I appreciated the very first track on this because it's called Katie's Diary. And she's telling a story. She's telling the entire story, you know, going through her verses about the struggle. And apparently when she first came out with and started dropping stuff, she had some kind of bum deal or somebody screwed her over and ran off with all her money and royalties. And she couldn't release the music anymore. So she had to start all over again. So I just appreciated that. Like her talking about, I fought for this. I had to overcome this. They took all my money. They took everything. I couldn't perform any of my songs. I couldn't do any. I had to start. You know, once you start getting a name for yourself and then you got to go all the way back, I can't imagine how heartbreaking that is. You know, to have to build it all up again, knowing what you know now. But I was like, I appreciate her story, if nothing else. So I'm going to listen to the rest and kind of see where it goes. You know, she seems like she still got some growth to do lyrically. So
I mean, she does okay. She's another. She'll try to put together a little clever rhyme every now and then. A little, you know, double entendre sometimes. Honestly, like Cash Doll, musically, I listen to a little bit, but she actually seems like a cool person. I don't know what it is. Like, you can't get much from people on their social media personality or what you're able to see. But like Cash Doll does seem like the type of person that you root for. Like I want to see you win. I'd like to see you successful. Go Cash Doll, do your thing. She kind of like,
especially knowing the backstory.
Yeah. So I'm cool with Cash Doll. The subject matter is a little limited. It's about, you know, getting money.
But also shout out to Big Sean for jumping on there.
It's
you know,
Detroit.
Hometown, right?
Gotta stick together. Shit, she might be helping Big Sean at this point.
And they did do a shout out to So Cold in the D. They did. And I appreciate that also as well.
Shout out Detroit. Everybody in Detroit.
All right, Mr. Webb.
What else?
Motivation.
All right, motivation this week. My motivation, I wrote down, when you go to work tomorrow, look around.
Okay.
Here's what I want you to do. Mm-hmm. Go to work, look around, look at your peers, but also look at the people who may be in the hierarchy above you, right?
Okay.
Who kind of, the higher ups, so to speak. Look around, look at them, look at everybody. Take it all in and ask yourself, would I trade places with any of these people? Do any of these people live a life that even closely resembles where I want to be in life? If the answer is no, then you need to start making a plan to get the hell on. If you can look around or you look up and see, like, I wouldn't even want to be this person. Yeah, that person may make a little bit more money than me right now, but ain't no way I would want their life. Then you probably need to move on. It's time to create the exit strategy. Hit me up. Time to work on the plan. Execute. We're going to come up with a plan, and then you're going to execute the plan. It may not be, right away. It may be a 6-month plan, a 1-year plan, a 2-year plan. But we got to come up with a plan to get out. Look around and see what's happening. Would you trade places with anybody else in that company? Would you wish that life on yourself? If the answer is no, then time to move on. Now, I will end with this. If the answer is yes, you see somebody, like, I would like to be where that person is. That's my dream. That's who I want to be. Then you need to go introduce yourself to that person and make sure they know who you are. And I want you to ask, will you mentor me? That's what you should do.
Okay.
That's my motivation.
So Monday morning,
look around.
Look around. Get your coffee so your eyes are open and look around.
When you standing there getting your coffee, you know how people come in and if people speaking to you and just saying good morning annoys you, it may not be somewhere you want to be. Right.
All right.
What's your mental health moment for this week?
So my mental health moment this week, I'm taking a new approach. So if you follow the Mindful Living Counseling Facebook or Instagram, because I post on both, if you follow it, you may have heard this message, but I want you to know I am expounding upon it. So don't think I'm just out here repeating. I want to. And
if we were.
Don't know quality.
But I'm saying if you want to post it on your social media and post it and speak about it on the podcast, it's okay.
More.
Okay.
Even more.
Okay, do that.
All right. So I talked about argumentative cycles and exit strategies. So what I said was people tend to have predictive ways in which they argue with each other. Like couples, you've been together long enough, you know how this argument goes. You know what happens. You know exactly how. I tell people it's kind of like Interstate 285. Like you just go in a big old circle. But here's the thing to know. There are exits all around 285. There's exits.
You can get off at any time.
Exactly. So that's the same with your arguments. Why keep going in this same cycle and keep getting the same outcome in this argument? Take an exit. Find your exit strategies. Now, I want to be very clear. This isn't about avoidance. This isn't about like, oh, I just want to shut that person up or whatever. This is about knowing within yourself. If I go beyond this point, I'm going to start saying some stuff that don't need to be said. And that's real. Because you'll get in an argument and at some point you just out here, you're going to start verbal assault. Some of y'all, not everybody, but some people. So it would behoove you to look at that and know for yourself, hey, if I start feeling this or if I start getting at this point, I need to take a break. I need to call it and like, you know what? We just gonna leave this right here. Let me excuse yourself. If you got to step outside, if you just got to go to the bathroom and sit down for a little bit and get your thoughts together. Because what happens is if we keep hyping it up and arguing and yelling back and forth, people getting loud or whatever, you will lose your original point that you were trying to make in the argument. Because now it's just all emotions, and that's all people are reacting from. And that's the key thing, you're reacting. You're not listening, you're not hearing, you're just reacting. You're not responding to that person anymore. We don't even want to get in that state. So, this week's mental health moment is about checking in. Like how we talk about check yourself. Check yourself. Check yourself for real. When is it too much, and when do I need to start taking an exit out of this argument? Because it's not going to be helpful, it's not going to be healthy, and it's not going to get the resolution that I really want. So, sometimes it's better to exit out, come back to it later, than to keep trying to push the argument forward, and we end up somewhere bad.
Out.
So,
cool.
That is my mental health moment.
All right, cool. You got roses. For y'all, for everybody who's new, just to let you know, we give roses for people who are still alive. We want to celebrate people while they are still living. Don't wait until they die.
Let me tell you something.
What was?
Let me tell you. Okay. I've probably given these roses before, but I got to give them right here, right now, to one Miss Fabulous, Fantastic, Flippin' Lady, Simone Biles.
Oh,
the gymnast, the GOAT. Do not hate. 25-time gold medalist. 25. She is officially, after the World Games this year, she is officially the winningest female gymnast. She has the most golds out of any female gymnast. 25. And she ain't even done yet, because she coming to the Summer Games next year. Even more. She is amazing.
It's amazing, especially in the life of a gymnast, where the shelf life is short. Like, y'all don't have, you got a small window.
So
right?
many.
And once you get older as a gymnast, they start moving you out. So,
and plus, I mean, all that pressure on your bones, on your joints, we're not superhuman. We just human. But they name moves after her. She is doing stuff on floor, on vault, on balance beam that people have never seen. People didn't even think you could really pull off, or had rarely ever been done. They name moves after her.
Shout out to Simone Biles. Congratulations. Can't wait. It actually just gets me excited for the Olympics.
I know.
I think both of us really love the Summer Olympics. So can't wait for the Summer Olympics. Shout out to Simone Biles, Simone Manuel. Was Simone Manuel the swimmer?
Yes.
Coco Gauff.
Yes.
Who else?
Track. All the track and field people.
Yeah.
Mark's like, I can't even run down the whole list of everybody, but
Shelly Ann Frazier of Jamaica.
We have gotten each other into each other's favorite Summer Olympic sports.
I'm track and field all day.
And I am gymnastics.
Yeah.
All day, every day. Women and men. Get it done.
All right. So, roses, Simone Biles. Also, shout out JT. JT's free.
Yeah, JT is free. I heard that on the Sirius XM because she had a track called JT was
First Day Out. Yeah.
It goes hard.
Don't go back.
She back out here. City Girls are back together again.
Well, as soon as the other one come back from I'm sure she get
maternity leave.
She get rapper maternity leave or something. do the rap game give maternity leave?
But I just wanted to give roses to Simone Biles. She's super cute. Gymnasts are all adorable because they're 5 foot tall, or 4'11", 4'10", 4'9". They're a little shorter than me. They're about my height. They're adorable.
Their growth was stunning as a kid.
It was. But she's confident in herself. She knows and she believes. And, people tend to not like women who are like that. Shout out to Serena. But when if you know, you know.
Cool. Do your thing. Anything else before we go?
Nah, man.
Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Be on the lookout for those photos. I can't wait for y'all to see the photos we got coming out.
And make sure you email us all your messy emails and responses from this week.
Oh, yeah.
wherethewebs1@gmail.com.
We want to hear from you. If you want to send us any recommendations, referrals, if you whatever. If you know somebody, know a small business, you want to partner up with the Webs, want to work with the Webs, want to do some business with the Webs, let us know.
Yeah.
But check us out on social media. If there's nothing else,
we are out.
Until next week. All right, recording's done. You can take the Facebook out of here.
Facebook peeps. Hey, big brother. We just finished recording the show, like just now, like just right now, just finished. So yeah. Hey, check out the T-shirt. Did you see the T-shirt? Wear the Webs T-shirt, and let me show you the back, Mr. Webb. I got you. Bam. Where are the Webs? What you think? Love you too, big brother. Yeah. We don't have the shirts for sale yet, but you know, we want to tighten them up, adjust some things a little bit, and then maybe we'll put the shirts. We'll see. Put the feelers out, see what the people are thinking.
You know, or we may just give them away to the day ones.
Yeah. Some of y'all free shirts.
Caught fire, so to speak.
Yeah. Pun intended.
That's
not the Webs Worldwide logo. Are we sure that's not the Webs Worldwide logo?
All right. And we're
okay. Fool, you so silly.
As I said,
it's not our official, like the podcast logo.
No, it's not the official.
But it could be a Webs Worldwide. It does look like it. I was thinking about doing a King and Queen of the 3-Day Weekend shirts. You know, working on those. But yeah, we're gonna have some hashtags and some hashtag shirts and stuff like that. So, you know, we'll get it all going. Tell us what you think. Give us your thoughts, your opinions. Kind of shirt you might like to see us do. Here comes the 1/3, the other third of the Webs. Lucky, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Literally running around. Lucky. What you got? Lucky dog. Da, 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 da. You ready? You ready? You ready? Hop. Oh. Ha. Ha. There he goes. Why you take the ball away? Where you taking the ball? Bring it here. All right, we're gonna wrap up this show. Good night, everybody. We gotta go. See y'all later. Peace.